to talk to you guys again about another one of my days and another little thought spiel that I've been having, and it's more today of an emotional spiel that I've been experiencing. And I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about it. What happened today is I went to a big garden with my family and my best friend. And when I was at the garden, I started getting pretty emotional and I started getting just anxious and upset, and I don't feel this that often, so I was really confused. But as I was upset, I found myself getting more upset because I was upset, and I was upset at myself for being upset. And I just said upset like 80 times, but I think everyone has moments where they judge themselves, if not all the time, for their emotions and for feeling them, even though they are human. And when we get upset at ourselves or we have resentment against ourselves for feeling our own emotions, then it just makes it worse, because at that point it becomes a problem of acceptance. Accepting yourself not only at your times of your highest and whenever you're doing the best and you're so proud of yourself, but also at the moments where you're low, and that you're strong enough to experience that and still come out of it. As I found myself getting really emotionally disturbed, whether that was me being mad or upset or anxious, all these emotions that were flooding through my body, I was trying to just find a way to solve it. I was trying to find like, okay, how can I solve this? How can I move this out of me? Whatever. And what I found helped the most was the exact opposite. And that's not solving it, because it's not an issue. Feeling your emotions isn't an issue. It's letting them roll off of you that helps it go faster. And the longer that you're judging yourself, the harder that's going to be to move through. What's really important is giving yourself the opportunity when you're upset to see the light in the situation and move through that light. If you have one little thing that's keeping you going, use that as your propelling motion to move through the whole thing. Whenever you're experiencing emotional distress, the question you should be asking yourself isn't, why am I experiencing this? Because the why isn't really that important, because at the end of the day, you could be experiencing something that either really happened or you're perceiving, but it's still a real emotion. You're still experiencing it. So the why isn't really that important whenever you're upset. You're just gonna go down this rabbit hole of getting your mind thinking like every possible scenario, because in reality, a lot of the times when we're upset, it's not one thing. It's literally so many different things added up together. The question, if anything, that you should be asking is, what am I learning from this? How can I learn from this? And it's not always this big thing, like this big lesson you're learning. Sometimes it's just the lesson of deepening your emotional intelligence with yourself, or experience your emotions and not judging yourself for them. Emotions are quite literally the biggest thing that we have all in common. We all experience emotions, and whether you suppress them or they're your authentic emotions, you're still projecting emotions onto other people and out into the world. And you're simultaneously experiencing those emotions all in your internal system. It becomes your reality. Pick the reality that you want to live. Pick the emotional state that you want to be in most of the times that you feel good. The emotions are gonna come and go. You're gonna feel sad, you're gonna feel mad, you're gonna feel joy and all that stuff. But they are passing, they're fleeting things. So don't get too caught up in the why, and don't get too caught up in the when, because you will move through this and you will figure out in the future why you experienced that. But it's not for you to figure out right now. Just experience your emotions, live your life, go with the flow, and don't be upset at yourself for experiencing human things. Everybody has their bad days, and I'm quite the example of that today. I was in a state that I did not like. I did not like how I was acting for a portion of today, and I felt upset at myself for being in that state. But what I feel now is more forgiveness, and that's why I wanted to come on here and do this diary entry, because I am forgiving myself for having a bad day, because it's human. And I hope you forgive yourself for all of your bad days too, because you deserve it. That's really all I had to say today, so I will leave it at that, and let me know in the comments how your day went, or you can write me a little diary entry and I'll read it.